Hello students, hope you have done the first 4 questions of exercise 1.4 and today we will do the remaining questions. Okay, so let us start with the class. We will pick this question first. What happens when you add up the pairs of consecutive triangular numbers? That is, take 1 plus 3, 3 plus 6, 6 plus 10, 10 plus 15 and so on. Which sequence do you get? Why? And can you explain it with a picture? Okay. So I am dividing this question into different steps. First of all, what happens when you add up? So we need to add up and we have to add the pairs. We have to add these pairs of consecutive triangular numbers. Okay. So first of all, we know that what is triangular number series? I'm writing the triangular sequence here. So it starts with 1, then we have 3, 6, 10, 15, then 21, 28 and so on, right? And now what we are asked to do here is we have to add up the pairs of the consecutive triangular number. So kids, we know what are consecutive numbers. The consecutive number of 1 is 3 and of 3 is 6, 6 is 10 and so on. So basically for 3 the consecutive numbers are 1 and 6 both. But here we are asked to add up. So we will only consider the next number in the pair. So we have given the pair of 1 plus 3, 3 plus 6, 6 plus 10, 10 plus 15 and so on. What I am doing is I am writing these pairs here. First pair we have 1 plus 3. This will give us 4. Next we have 3 plus 6. 3 plus 6 will give me 9. Then 6 plus 10. This is 16. Next is 10 plus 15, which will give me 25. Then we have, this was 10 plus 15, then we have 15 plus 21. 15 plus 21 will give me 36 and so on. Okay. So when we have added up the pairs of the triangular sequence, we have received these numbers on adding. Now what I am doing is I am writing these numbers in a form of a sequence. 4, 9, 16, 25, 36 and so on. These are the numbers which we have got here. So kids, now we can see the sequence and we know what is the sequence. This is nothing but the sequence of squares. 4 is 2 square, 9 is 3 square, 16 is 4 square, 25 is 5 square, 6 squares, and if we'll add up more consecutive pairs of triangular number, we will get more square numbers. So this is a sequence of squares. Correct? So when we have added the triangular sequence, the consecutive pair of triangular sequence up, we have got the sequence of squares. Now, which sequence do you get? We got the sequence of squares. Now, can you explain it with a picture? Let us try to do this. So, first we have here is 1 dot. To this 1 dot, I have to add 3 dots. So 1, 2, 3. This is number 4. This is a square, right? Now, to 3, I have to add 6. So this is 1, 2, 3. And now I have to add 6 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is nothing but a square of 9. Next is 6 plus 10. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I have to add 10 to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 16. And Similarly, if we will keep on drawing this, we will get the bigger squares here. So this is the end of the question. I hope this is clear. Now let us move to the next question. The next question is, what happens when you start to add up powers of 2 starting with 1? Okay, so now we have to add up the power of 2. Power of 2 is, what is the power of 2? Sorry. Answer number 6. Power of 2 series. Power of 2 is 2 raised to the power 0, 2 raised to the power 1, 2 raised to the power 2, 2 raised to the power 3, 2 raised to the power 4, and so on. That is, 2 raised to the power 0 was 1, this was 2, 4, 8, 16, and so on, right? This was the power of 2. Now, what we have to do is, we have to add up, okay? So, I'm just marking here, we have to add up the power of 2 starting with 1. That is 1, 1 plus 2. So, first we have to take 1, which is 1 only. Then 1 plus 2, which will give me 3. Then 1 plus 2 plus 4, which will give me 7. Then 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8. Now, this will give me 15. What next to it? And so on, right? Now add 1 to each of these numbers and what numbers you get. Let us see. So when I have added these numbers up, the powers of 2 up, I have got these numbers. Now what we are asked to do is, again we will have to add one more 1 to it. Okay, so adding one more 1 to this will become 2. 1 to it, it will become 4. 1 to it, this will become 8. 1 to it, this will become 16. Okay, so now we have the sequence 2, 4, 8 and 16. So kids, again, if you see this clearly, this is nothing but again a sequence of power of 2. Okay, sequence of power of 2, because we have 2, 4, 8, 16, and if we'll keep on adding, we will get the bigger numbers here. But if again you see it carefully, what the change here is, let me make it in the powers form first. This is 2 raised to the power 1, 2 raised to the power 2, 2 raised to the power 3, 2 raised to the power 4, and so on. Now, but there is a difference. And what is the difference? When we were taking the first number, that is when the power of 2 was 0, we got power of 1. When the power of 2 was 1, we got the power of 2. When we took power of 2 as 2 for addition, we got power of 3. So what we are getting here is, we are getting the next power of 2. Okay, because if you see it clearly, when we took this for addition, right, this number, the first number, it gave us 2. This 2 is 2 raised to the power 1, right, which is the next number of this series. So what we have understood is that if we are taking power of 2 here and we are adding these powers up, and after getting the results, we are adding one number to these numbers, we are getting again the power of 2. So the input was power of 2. We solved it, we added them up. After that, we added one more 1 to it, and again we got the power of 2. But this is the very next number. Okay, so I am marking it. When I took 2 raised to the power 0, I got 2 raised to the power 1. The next number, when I took 2 raised to the power 1, I got 2 raised to the power 2. Again the next number, here 2 raised to the power 2 was taken, and I got 2 raised to the power 3. So we are getting the next number of the sequences here. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now we will take the next question. Okay. Next question here is, sorry. Next question is, what happens when you start to add up the hexagonal numbers, that is these, what sequence you will get. Okay, so kids, we know what are the hexagonal numbers, right? We have done, and we know what are the hexagonal numbers. Now let us start with this question. We have to add those numbers up. Add up hexagonal numbers. Answer number 8. Hexagonal, first of all, I will write the hexagonal sequence. What is hexagonal sequence? What are the numbers in hexagonal sequence? They are 1. Then we have, to the very next number, we have 1. Then we have 7. Okay. And when this 7 comes, the first hexagon counts. Then we have a bigger hexagon. We have 19 here. We have 37 here. And after that, we have more bigger numbers here. Okay. Now what we are asked to do, we have to add these numbers up. So first number is 1. It will be as is. Second number is 1 plus 7. 1 plus 7 will give us 8. Next we have 1 plus 7 plus 19. See, we are adding all these numbers up. First 1, then 1 plus 7, then 1 plus 7 plus 19. So here I will get 27. Okay. And then this number also we are going to add. So this will be 1 plus 7 plus 19 plus 37. So this will give us 64. Okay. So we have added the hexagonal numbers up and we have got this numbers. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to write down these numbers here. 1, 8, 27 and 64. So if you see these numbers carefully, this is a which sequence? This is a sequence of cubes. We can also write 1 as 1 cube, 8 as 2 cube, 27 as 3 cube, 64 as 4 cube, and so on. So this is a cube sequence. Okay. So what we have understood here is, we took the hexagonal sequence and we added the numbers up and we have got the sequence of cube or the cubic sequence. Now, what is the next part of this question? The next part says, which sequence do you get? Okay, can you explain it using a picture of a cube? Okay, so if we have to make a cube using this, how we are going to do it is, see, first we have 1, so I'm taking it as 1 cube. Sorry, I will make it here. Okay, so we have 1, this is 1 cube. For 8, what we are going to do is, we will add 4 more cubes to it. Okay, so this will be this cube will be something like this. Okay, now when 8 will come, it will be something like, sorry, this 1 2 3 4. Okay, so this is a cube of 8. Now cube of 2, sorry, I'm writing 1 cube of 1 here. This is cube of 2 here. Similarly, we can make a cube of 3 here. Okay, so for cube of 3, these all things we have already done, right, in the previous exercise. So for this, how we are going to make it? Now for 3, I will make 2 separators here. two separators here. Now we can extend to both the sides here as well, and same here. So you can see we have 3. This is a cube of 3, right? Each one has 1 cube here. And if we have to draw it in the form of dots, what you have to do is you have to remove these lines, and at every intersection you have to draw these dots. That's all. We can represent it in the form of dots also, like this. Just remove the lines and instead make the dot at the corners where two or more lines are meeting. Okay, like this. This way it can be represented. So this part is done. Next question is, wait, yeah. Find your own patterns or relations in and among the sequences in table 1. Can you explain why they happen with a picture or exercise? So kids, let's try to pick one question here. One sequence here. So we are asked to pick up any sequence here, and then we have to see that if we can derive any other sequence from this. Okay, yeah. So what we are doing is, let us try to take a sequence of 2. Okay, even number sequence. Let us take even number sequence. So what is an even number sequence? It starts with 2 and the next number is add 2 to every, add 2 to get every next number. Yeah, so it is 2, 4, 6, then plus 2, 8, and 10, and 12, and so on. Now, let us try to add these numbers up. So, first we have 2, which will be as is. Next will be 2 plus 4, which will give us 6. Next, we have 2 plus 4 plus 6, which is 12, right? Next, we have 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8. This will give us this one. This will give us 20. Okay. Sorry. This is 20 and so on we can do. So, these are the numbers which we have got. The numbers are 2, 6, 12 and 20. 2, 6, 12 and 20. So, if I take out 2 common from this, we will get the sequence of 1, 3, 6, 10 and so on. Right? So, what are these numbers? What are these numbers? This is a sequence of triangular numbers. Right? This is a sequence of triangular numbers. So, when we are adding the even number sequences up, we are getting the twice the triangular numbers. Okay, 1, 3, 6, 10 and so on. This is our answer. Okay, so kids, we have done question number 5th and 6th, 8th and 9th. I think I have left question number 7 here. So I will take question number 7. Okay, the question number 7 says, you can read that from your textbooks. I am just writing this part, what happens, and then picture. I missed it somehow, sorry. So let us do now. So the question is, what happens when you multiply the triangular numbers by 6 and then add 1? Which sequence do you get? Can you explain it with a picture? So, what happens when you multiply the triangular numbers? So, first of all, we will take the triangular numbers. I am taking the triangular numbers which are 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, then 21, etc. Okay, now what we are supposed to do it, we have to multiply them by 6 and add 1 to it. So I am adding to the first one, I am adding 1 multiply by 6. We have to multiply by 6 and add 1. This will give me 7. To the next number, again we will multiply by 6 and add 1. We will get 19. To the third number, we will again multiply by 6 and add 1 to it, and we will get 37. The next number, we will multiply by 6 and add 1 to it, 61, and so on. So what we have done, we have multiplied every number of a triangular number with 6 and added 1 to it, and we have derived these numbers which I am writing here: 7, 19, 37, 61, and so on. So kids, what are these numbers? We have done this. These are hexagonal numbers, right? These are hexagonal number sequence. Okay. Now, which sequence do you get? We got hexagonal number sequence. Can you explain it with a picture? So let us try to draw a picture of this. So the first one, for this one, we have 1 and 6. 1 multiplied by 6 dots around it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you want, you can also join to see the hexagon shape. Okay, so this is 7. To the next, we have 6 multiplied by 3 plus 1. So what we have to do, we have to do the same, and on top of this one, we will do another. I'll tell you how that can be done. So we have this number and a bigger hexagon around this, 1, 2, and we will draw the dots also. So we have to, since we are adding another bigger hexagonal and with a difference of 12. So this is 1 dot, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to add 12 dots. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So this is our 19. Okay. And now when we have to add 37, we will again take this one, the previous one. I'm taking this previous one here, and I'm drawing it here only. Okay. On top of it, we have to draw another dots. Okay. So how many dots? Oh, sorry. How many? We have to draw one bigger hexagon around this. So this will be like little bigger than this. Okay. Just one corner. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 18 dots we have to add. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so this is 37 and it will go on increasing. We will add more hexagons around it, the bigger hexagons. So I hope this is clear. We took the triangular numbers and as asked, we have multiplied every number with 6 and added 1 to it. And when we did that, we got this series, which is nothing but a hexagonal series. And we can draw that series like this. I have drawn here. So kids, this brings us to the end of this exercise 1.4. And in the next class, we are going to learn the shape sequences. Okay. These were the number sequences. Now we are going to learn the shape sequences shape patterns in the next class. So I will see you in the next class.